Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone back to another episode of CSGO News. This is the series where I show and tell you what's been going on in the CSGO community this past week. And of course, that has anything to do with the CSGO pro scene. Maybe there is someone considering retirement or actually going to retire, or an individual player is going from one team to another. That can also affect your investments in the long term of things or at this moment in time. And CSGO investments are something we talk about on a weekly basis for CSGO News in a few different ways. The main one being if an item goes up or down in price in a very short period of time, that means it's volatile, it's either market manipulation, fake hype, or real hype, and it's good to know the differences for yourself and for the future. And of course, future updates and maybe some miscellaneous ones that you might have missed this past week, such as Source 2 or an operation, or just a little content update, we never really know. And in today's episode, we're pretty much covering all of those, which is actually pretty interesting. It's a fully jam-packed episode. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button and of course subscribe. And here's a quick word from our video sponsor, Skins Monkey. Now, today's video sponsor is, of course, Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is currently the easiest and also fastest way you can buy, but most importantly, trade your CSGO skins. All you have to do is make sure you have your trade link, and on your first trade, if you have a leftover balance, it goes towards your current balance that can be used the next time you end up trading skins. It has 3 ways you can inspect, but most importantly, has a very in-depth inspect feature that you can see corners on a karambit, for an example, that you can't really see otherwise unless you have the item in game. If you end up topping up your balance, make sure to use promo code Mando to get up to a 35% deposit bonus and a free $5 on the first trade. Now, for the first thing I want to talk about is, of course, the Steam update, where Steam updated its app. It's completely different. They overhauled the entire thing. I think it looks pretty good. I think it runs pretty well, but of course, a lot of people feel very, very differently, especially in my comment section last week when I actually talked about this update specifically. Now, I myself really enjoy it. There's a few problems that I'll point out that everyone else kind of agrees with. Number 1, you can't really confirm anything, which kind of sucks, but you also can at the exact same time. Now, what I mean by that is usually there's a limit of like 4 or 5 things you can confirm at a time, but it's very fast. So I'm hoping they roll out an update in the next couple of days that lets you do that. It's not for everybody. It only happens to some people. And the biggest problem I would say is, of course, for traders and people who want to buy and sell things, maybe with someone on a third-party site or maybe just on Twitter like a cash trade. The problem with this is it doesn't show the Steam join data and a whole bunch of other crap along with that, so you can get API scammed pretty easily, but if you're very careful, I wouldn't really have too much worry about it. You can just look at their Steam level. I think that was blown out a little bit of too much of proportion. I just think people were really overreacting on it. Obviously, that is a problem. I think that's going to get rolled out in the next little while. I also had a little bit of a conspiracy theory behind it. Maybe Valve wants to kind of get rid of the cash trading and kind of get rid of things on a place like Buff. I'm not sure. That's just, a thought in my mind that they didn't roll this out with it, but I think it's going to come with time. Next thing up, including Steam, is of course Steam has been down the past few days, and it's not just down. You cannot buy or sell anything in the community market, and you cannot confirm anything either, which is very annoying. And setting trade offers is a very big pain because sometimes they don't fully load. If you go to a third-party site, it says, for example, on CS Deals, I know it said this, where it's had a 79% failure rate when sending a trade. So sometimes you have to send it 3 or 4 times. I've recently had to do that when I picked up a few cases. And when you clicked on something on the Steam market just a few days ago, and for, I would say 8 or 9 hours for 2 days in a row, you clicked buy, it wouldn't let you buy anything. It would just come up with an error as soon as you clicked on anything, which kind of sucked, or of course searched. Now, the reasons behind this are probably for many, but the main one being, I think we're getting the Rio Major stickers in the next couple of days, being Tuesday, when they have the Tuesday weekly maintenance like they do any other week. The reason I suggest that, and the reason I think that personally, is if we look back to when this happened in late August and late July of 2022, we were getting the CS10 capsule sticker update and just a huge update in CSGO in general. We got maps along with it, with a new sticker capsule and a few miscellaneous things here and there. The buildup of that was Steam being down. Now, was there probably something more to it than that? Maybe working on Source 2? Quite possibly, yes. With Source 2 right now, there's not much new info. With an operation, there's not much either. I would only assume we're probably going to get an operation after the Rio Major, or at least close to when the 75% off sales pulled from the store. The next thing up here is, of course, about the CSGO pro scene on Astralis and Device. If you guys don't know, Astralis didn't qualify for the Major, which kind of sucks. The first Major they won't be in for a very long time, so similar to G2. Now, Astralis pretty much was a broken team, I would say, since like 2019, maybe end of 2020. People have different answers on that one. But the main reason is Device moved from obviously Astralis to NIP. There was a lot of interior problems in the team, and I don't think they really knew what they had until it was gone, and I think that's exactly what's happening. Device is a top tier player, some of the best in the world, competes against the best, and actually does very well. I think him coming back to Astralis would make them a top tier team. So maybe picking up some of his stickers in the future wouldn't be so bad. And I would say after the Rio Major, going into the Paris Major and everything later in 2023, it's going to be very interesting to see how they perform. Now, of course, with investing on the market, there's a few things we need to discuss. The active duty cases are still very expensive due to the player count being pretty high still, but it has dropped a little bit, which is good for people who want to buy into the game, but not necessarily great for people who want to sell. So with the community market, some things we've seen go up a lot is, of course, the glove case. It's not something that I've talked about too much in the past few months because it was at such a stagnant price at $2.80 to $3. I recommended it for almost a whole year straight on this YouTube channel for every single video because it was a really good investment. There was a point at the end of 2021 where you're able to buy these things for underneath $2 from $1.80 to $1.90, pushing that $2 limit, and they'd go to $2.40 during the day, and I was pretty much just flipping them here and there. And now finally they're having their time to shine. It seems to be a yearly occurrence, same with the breakout case where they have that little bit of a spike, and it's gone from $2.90 to $3.35 roughly the past few weeks, which is actually very nice. It's a nice profit. Now, should you buy or sell this item? If you have it, in my personal opinion, I would keep holding. There's not a whole lot on the market. There's a lot less than the breakout, and I just don't see a point right now at this point. And as for buying into this, if you can get it for a very, very good price off of a third-party site and you want to keep it in your inventory as a CSGO investment and just wait over time, like I said, it might not be the worst opportunity. If we actually look at the glove case, it's gone up almost $1 since at the end of September, which is kind of crazy. $2.75, $2.80, had an all-time high at $3.69, which is just absolutely nuts. That's something to keep in mind too. An item is kind of volatile. Obviously, it's a very longer period of time than we usually talk about for a somewhat of a market manipulation or fake hype. But I would say the hype probably isn't going to stay here forever. But of course, if you look at the quantity, there's not much. But you also have to remember, usually when an item is pretty high in price, people are kind of yielding these in their inventory. Other things to keep note of, Riptide stickers have recently exploded and everyone is talking about them. The Cotton Candy Flow Holo is one of them. $13.47. These were able to be picked up during Operation Riptide at the end of it anyway, towards the $3 to $4 mark. That's a very nice profit. Third-party sites, you're looking at $9 to $10, which is actually very good for people who want to pick these up as maybe an investment or get some extra Steam balance. Now, some other things that have been in the news quite a bit recently are, of course, the Krakow 2017 capsules, specifically the autograph ones, the Legends, and of course, Challengers. These have recently gone from around $30 to a little over $60 on the Steam market the other day due to Sparkles unboxing them. As you take a look at over here, this has gone from $35 to $65 in just the past couple of weeks. The same thing is, of course, the Legends. Sparkles made a video essentially hunting for gold sharks, the Kashander sticker, pretty sure that's his name, I didn't mean to butcher it. That's pretty much the reason these have gone up, is due to him recently, but overall, they're looking like a decent investment for the future. Now, picking these up, obviously, it's a pretty high buy-in. They obviously are just getting over a little bit of hype due to this unboxing. And just like Katowice 2014 capsules, these look like they're going to be extinct, or close to extinction, in the next probably 1 to 3 years, if I had to guess. But of course, let me know what you guys think down below. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. And lastly, I want to take a look at the Stockholm 2021 Holos. What is going on with these? Everyone, I feel like, is going crazy with these stickers and, of course, the capsule itself. Now, the capsule is really weird right now. It's $1.50 on the Steam market, and there's 3,400 of them available. This is a pretty good deal in my personal opinion. Now, I do hold these myself, but I'm a believer in Stockholm 2021 for a couple of different reasons. Number one, they have different teams than Antwerp. Number two, they have a bigger logo than Antwerp that looks a lot cleaner in my personal opinion. And number three, it's definitely more of a gamble. And this is where I would maybe suggest you not go into it or put as much money as if you were putting it into just a regular sticker capsule that wasn't guaranteed to happen again. And what I mean by that is if the Rio Major stickers look anything similar to Stockholm and Antwerp, I think these older stickers, especially like the mouse for an example, is going to go down the toilet and be down the toilet for a very long period in time. And I'm not really looking forward to that. But pretty much, like I said, it is a gamble. And sometimes with CSGO investing, it is a gamble and you have to take that and kind of just go with it. And as for investing into the Cotton Candy Flow Holo, any of the Flow Holos, the Miami Tier 6 sticker is a very popular one as well. And really anything we talked about in this video. There's a few things you should know. The market is extremely high right now. And the player count isn't going down by any means, but it's definitely on a downwards trend compared to what it was just a month ago. And with that, we're going to start to see players go down probably a little more before we get an operation. And speaking of an operation, I think there's partially one coming in the next near future. And when that does come, I think we're going to see these kind of stickers and these items that are just miscellaneous here and there from older operations go down the toilet when it comes out, and they might take a little while, if not maybe 3 or 4 months, to fully recover and start gaining once again. So like I said about the glove case, if you're in it for the long run, it's great, but if you're just in it to get a quick buck, you've kind of missed that boat, and I would just wait for the next type and maybe try to hop on it a little early. That's just my personal opinion though. Let me know what you guys think. This episode was a lot of fun to make. I also tried to record this like 37 different times at like 4 in the morning while I was up for 30 hours. That was very good. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out.